is Michelle Gines, and it is another Let's Connect session. And you know that I am talking to these wonderful authors who are all a part of this Life I Love book collaboration. And so it is releasing January 2021. It's new. And today I have with me the pleasure, the distinct honor of having the Karen E. Griffin. Hey, Karen, how are you?
Hey, Miss Michelle, how are you? Wait a minute. Happy Saturday, and how are you today?
I am excellent. I am
good.
And I am glad to be in the company of good women. Now, wow. Karen, you are an author, an artist, a storyteller, a bomb radio personality.
Yes.
You to let us in a little bit. Tell me about Karen E. Griffin.
Okay, so a lot of people always ask me, what does E mean? So E means engaged, empowered, and educated every day, because I have to stay within that. And I used to tease people, and then they would say, what does E mean? I was like, Elizador, because my mom was drinking, but I was like, let me not say that. That's not true. But E is very powerful letter to me, again, in honor of my father kissing my mother. So that is who Karen E. Griffin is in Kenneth H. Lewis, Kiss Jimmy Ann Griffin. So that's who Karen E. Griffin is the heir of those two. Again, yes, I am a author, but first of all, I'm a daughter, a mother, a sister, an auntie, and a grandmother. That's what I am first. Yes. I am an author, and thanks to 9 wonderful African-American women of color to be a co-author with them, which I think is amazing by itself to be a part of that. Yes.
I said absolutely.
Yeah, I would never think to do that. And before we get to that part, please take note. I was asked to do the story probably a year ago, a stand-up story. So really, I'm just now breaking loose of that story. I was asked to do that story with Truth and Comedy that was here in Kansas City last year. Okay. And the guy said, would you be willing to share your story? And then I'm going to turn it into comedy. And then someone else is going to turn it into art. So it was a part called Truth and Comedy called Take. It's based out of Dallas is where it's based out of, and travel here. So then when Chinda asked me, she said, hey, would you be willing to share your story? And I'm like, sure. I mean, I've already told it to strangers. Why not share it again, but put it to where it can be written and assist a woman with breaking her voiceless chain. But please take note, when I told the story, I had each woman in the group, like I made 4-word she's, 4-word hers, and 4-word me's. And each woman just had to grab one. They didn't know what they were grabbing until they got to their seat. Okay. So I said, now look at the word. So I told the story in not first person. I told it like I'm telling it for someone else to have this vision as a friend.
Narrative.
So, yes. So the story is like E. So when I would say certain words, I had the ladies to either hold up she, her, or me. And that's how they were connecting with me with the story. So if she hold up her she really high, I knew that she broke through. If she hold her me kind of low, she was on the edge, but wasn't quite sure which way to go. And then when it got to the me, she, her, me meaning, yeah, but I'm not ready. I'm scared. And so that's how it all came about, is a she plus her equal me. And if you look at it, that's all E's in there too. And that's how that all came about. Also, it's all about the E. Radio personality, yes. I'm in training. I am co-host with Radio Urban Connections here in Kansas City, which is awesome. Donna Wolf is the main host. I am a co-host with Jay Hawkins, which I love having that opportunity to do that. I have hosted a couple of shows, which is amazing. I tell you, to bring audience in and to have a conversation it's different versus talking to a person face to face, especially now during COVID, because you have to keep the conversation going and put the audience in the studio. That's the challenge, is to put the audience in the studio, because they can't see who the guest is. So that is the challenge there. Artists, I have been an artist since the 7th grade, believe it or not.
Wow.
But it really started before the seventh grade, because I just did an artist talk at the bunker, and one of my ancestors showed up and she showed out, believe it or not. So it all started, it was started in seventh grade, but it also started at home when I was 7. My mom would sit me in her lap at the sewing machine and place my little brown hands on top of her brown hands and just show me how to seam. And it's the stories behind the seam that creates, it's the seams behind the fabric that create the story. And to show me at a young age to connect, I thought was fabulous. My feet couldn't even touch the pedal, but just the rumbling of this machine to put 2 pieces of fabric together and a seam to create something was amazing to me. And I'm loving that I have the opportunity to do it now. Now, I'm not a seamstress because I have both your pants legs on one side. I mean, they wouldn't be side by side.
They'd be considered.
They wouldn't connect at the crouch. They'd be connecting at the ankles. That's how they be connected. So that was always fun. But my mom, she was a little disappointed in me because I just didn't pick it up, but I know how to sew. I did get a visit at my house when I was probably 13. I don't know if you remember the magazine you would get, it had the pirate, the pig, and the turtle, and you had to draw those and send in.
Can you draw me? Yes.
Yes. Well, I was a smart kid, and you was only supposed to draw one. I drew all 3 and I submitted them. They sent me a notice. I did not tell my mom. They sent the notice and said, we're coming to your house. We're going to talk to you. And my mom didn't pay them no attention. And that kind of ruined my spirits. And I was like, am I not good enough? Does she not believe in me? And she did not budge or anything because she wanted me to really be a seamstress and pick up the trade. Take note, it all came to full fruition. So I am still an artist. Still like to draw and I still like to sew. So and last but not least, it's awesome. I am a certified international tour guide as well. So due to COVID, I shipped or assisted 170 students to Florida. This is when did COVID hit, right at March 6th,
About March 8th,
I think
I've been
16.
March.
Yeah. Yes. My very first assignment to ship 2 schools out, shipped them out. My last school did not get to ship them out. And so that was my first assignment. I graduated in September 2019 with my certification. So just a couple of things underneath my belt.
Yes, you do. A certified international
tour
guide.
There you go. Or I think it's called tour manager. I'm a tour manager.
Tour manager. All right.
Yeah.
No, that's good to know. I'm glad, and you just kind of as you have been talking, I'm just kind of taking some notes. I'm like, this is awesome. You never really know everything about people, what all the layers that they have, the things they're able to do, the things that they can share with you. So I'm glad to have you here today. Now,
thank you.
Got to tell us, how did you get connected with Rachinda Pickens? Everybody has a story. How did you get connected to Rachinda?
So the way I got connected to Lady Rachinda Pickens and Chinda is through Quincy Bennett. Bennett met and love me some Q. So Q was like, hey, I want you to meet Karen and talk to her because, Chinda was going to have her Kept Woman of Faith conference in April, and it didn't happen. She's like, Karen, I would love you to be a speaker. And I'm like, okay, let's work it in there. Yeah. And so when she asked that, and the next thing she said, oh no, by that time I said, yes, I would love to speak. And of course it didn't happen. And then I told her that I was an artist, and she came over to my studio, and this is the parade in my studio when there was maybe 4 pieces of artwork on the wall. And let's just say after that prayer, now I'm probably up to at least 80 pieces of artwork, if not more, which is amazing. And then she said, hey, would you be willing to be in a book? And I was like, yes, I already got my story wrote. Here we go. So that's how I met Lady Chinda, which is I'm honored to have this sister on my path.
Absolutely. You know what? And she's all about sisterhood. I don't think Richinda has ever met a stranger. She's one of those people that you meet her. She's very warm, very welcoming. There's always some type of a connection, whether if it's in philanthropy or in storytelling, with her conference that she does, the Kept Woman of God conference, which is
Yes.
every year. And so that's how you got involved with the project. So I want you to tell us a little bit, because this book, and the book is called, again, The Life I Love book, The Life I Love book collaboration. There are 10 authors that are a part of it, along with including Richinda Pickens, who's the visionary behind it. So everybody in this book has a story, and believe it or not, unlike your conventional book collaborations that we typically see where each author contributes a chapter, not only did you guys contribute chapters in the story, but you got some very vivid and bright, vibrant artistry. This is a coffee table style book. This is a conversation piece. So tell us a little bit about your story that's included in there. Now, we can't tell everybody everything.
Got you. Right.
Just a snippet. Tell them what.
Just a snippet. I would have to say that the snippet in the book that was my father.
Yeah.
Because I was only 13.
Yeah.
And to go into that that peaceful place,
Mm-hmm.
and to see them pulling a box with a flag over it from the back of a car
Mm-hmm.
was my first experience with death, and not even knowing that that was death. And not having the opportunity to tell my father what I needed to tell him about an issue that had happened. And to a certain part, that still kind of haunts me now, because now I know he knows now. And I think that's that spirit. Nothing can touch me unless I allow it to come in now, because I know he's around me 24/7 now. And like I said, I know he knows now, but I think what I wanted was my father to fight. I wanted my father to literally be my shield for me,
Right.
so that I could just look, so I could just look around his shoulder, or his arm, and look at the expression on that other person's face. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I do.
Yeah. So I think that's what it is. And, and even when the book, I also stated, because I didn't have that male figure to look around his shoulder or his arm to make sure I'm okay, I think that led to me not having long life fulfilling, or even being married. Because there's just a part of you just scared. You don't know. Because, you want to tell your dad, hey, I like this dude. And your dad be like, okay, so what is your intentions with my daughter? That's what I wanted to hear. Excuse me. But that's what I wanted to hear. And because I didn't get a chance to hear that, I think that's that part. So that would have to be the part in the book where, my dad, and
you know what, that, Karen, and that's a lot of women's story. That's a lot of women's missing piece. So thank you for sharing that with us. Hey, you got a powerful story.
Yeah, thanks.
You, and applaud you for sharing it. And what's wonderful about this collection of stories, and this collection of art, and these collections of life that are put together as a part of this project, is that everybody bringing something different to the table. Everybody sharing that teaching part of themselves that, for the first time, in a lot of ways, it's coming out. And so we want you to I want to make sure that Pub right now, you are able to get your book. I think you to the Chinda and Friends website.
Yes.
www.Chinda and Friends website. You can purchase the book. They're in pre-orders right now, so you can get
Yes.
it. Releases in January. Oh, Karen, I'm so excited. I can't wait to get my hands on it. It's gonna be a book.
Same here.
So
I had someone from South Africa contact me and was like, how can I get that book? I was like, hit the link, just hit the link. Like, I sent out major posts. I'm like, look, if y'all like the photo, you'll love the book. Like, come on.
It.
I feel like this. I feel like I'm a little Zora. I'm Junior Zora right now. I feel like I'm Ida B. Wells right now. It's like little Toni Morrison. So we got to keep those sisters' legacy alive. We have to.
We do.
But I think our problem is, Michelle, is because we're not researching those sisters in the manner that we needed to, and people don't understand
they don't know
the legacy that they have built for us to be in a book. Because, there was no intention for us to learn how to read, write, or let alone speak.
Right.
And I think that is the challenge that women of color, Afro-American women, Black women, Negro women, sisters, that is the problem we're having right now, is that we have to start supporting one another in the manner that we need to build a legacy in today's social society.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more. And that's one of the reasons I love collaboration, not just in, not this is a book project, but there's so many things that when you get the collective artistry, talent, skill, time of some powerful, awesome ladies, man, it goes down. It goes, there's a lot of good stuff that happens when you get some girls together. Seriously. So I'm asking everybody, so I've got to ask you before I let you get out of here. We got 2 minutes left. What has been this COVID-19, the year 2020, which is going down in history, much less, it's nobody expected this year to be what it has been, but I've heard a lot of different things. So I'm going to ask you, what has been the biggest surprise to you in this year 2020?
The biggest surprise to me is doing research on Ida B. Wells Burnett and realizing that in 1868, the yellow fever had taken place. And it took out a lot of people. And to read her story and to see that this woman continued she lost her mother, her father, and her infant brother. So to see this woman still continue to soar, no matter what the epidemic was or what had happened, I said, something, I have to keep going too, because I did the reenactment of her in August of 2020. And people were en masse. Of course, I couldn't because I was doing a presentation. I'm thinking, wait a minute, if she can do it, how come I can't do it and still promote myself? Please take note, when I did the presentation of her, she showed up and took over. I no longer had control, and it was an awesome feeling. So with that being said, for me, COVID, yes, I had an awesome job that I loved. I worked in for 6 years. I knew something had hit right at March because there was a feeling that came over me that wasn't right. It just didn't feel right. Called my boss and, I said, hey, something's not feeling right. My anxiety's kicking in. I don't feel good. And she said, well, you could take vacation. I said, that's not an option. This is way bigger than taking vacation. That's not an option. I was down for 2 days. I kid you not. I was in my bed stuck for 2 days. That third day, something said, you got to get up. You got to get up. You got to get out. Let's go. And then I had to look at it just like Jesus rose on the third day. Let's go. Right foot, left foot. Inhale, exhale. You got to move. Not now, but right now. My motto is don't get ready. Be ready.
Be ready.
All the time. With that being said, they called me. Like I said, I got furloughed. I was not very happy. Let's take note. I was a director and got furloughed.
Right.
Anywho, down for 6 months. Yes, that has set me back financially. I am not going to lie. I am major in the hole, and I'm sure a whole lot of other people are too. But I had to figure out, what am I going to do? And I said, something? They called me back to work. I went in, gave her a proposal. I said, hey, 3 months. In 3 months, I will resign if I feel like I am not meeting the organizational structure and providing the service that I need to provide to assist the organization going to the next level.
Right.
Let's just say 3 months left to 4 months, September 21st, I called in, was my last day. And that was after my hero, my master, my teacher had passed away. I decided I have 4 months, just like a football game. I got 4 months. It's 2 minutes in the fourth quarter. What am I going to do? And I decided to launch my career. Yeah. I had my business license, got a degree in science and business, could build a business, didn't use it. And that was in 2013 when I graduated. Right. But here it is right now. It's like, yes, COVID has affected us in all. So far, so good?
Yes. Now, Karen, you were saying fourth quarter, 2 minutes.
Yes. That's when the biggest plays are made. Like I said, I have 4 minutes. That was my time that I gave me. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes left in the game. And I had decided to take a leap of faith, and I took a leap of faith and built a whole entire art exhibit, 21 textile pieces in honor of our ancestors. The title of the exhibit, Our Ancestors' Unfinished Stories in America on the Line. And I made America little a. I did not want to make it a big A. A line is all capital letters. And you can see it out on the Bunker's Facebook page. Okay. You can go out and see the whole entire presentation. It's so funny because they said, well, you all you gotta do is talk for like 20, 30 minutes. I was like, I'm an air, and I got an hour conversation. So to do the exhibit was life-changing, understanding. And now, like I said, it traveled from the Black Archives. So thank you to the Black Archives of Kansas City for allowing me to host my very first solo exhibit. Wow. Now I'm in the process of planning my next one in 2021 for Women in History, Women in Jazz.
Oh, nice. Karen, listen, I look forward to what you're doing in 2021. So I want to make sure that people know how to connect with you, and they can connect with at jazzyKproductionsllc@gmail.com. They can email, connect, and they can check you out from 4 to 5 p.m. Central Standard Time on Saturdays on KFI 90.1 on the FM dial. Girl, hey, Karen, this has been my pleasure, my dear. Thank you. Mommy. Thank you. Look, you didn't even have to leave your house, and you came in and did an interview, so I'm excited.
Thank you. Thank you.
We are looking forward to the Life I Love book collaboration, which releases in January of 2021. This is a collection of 10 authors that are sharing. It's 10 stories of freedom to live the life that you love. And so I can't wait to get my copy of the book. I encourage all to get their copies. And so this has been the end of the show, guys. Thank you for tuning in. As always, I am your girl, Michelle Gines, signing off. Purpose Publishing, we love you. And in the future, let's connect.